everybody, I am back with another math lesson, and today we are going to talk a little bit about skip counting. Now, I know in class before the school closures we had been talking about skip counting, and we had been talking a lot about skip counting by tens. Remember? 10, 20, 30, and on and on and on, up to 100. And you guys were rocking that. And then we were practicing skip counting by fives. And just before the school closed, we were starting to practice skip counting by twos. So I thought today we would do a little lesson about skip counting by twos. I have a little story to show you. I've got a little activity that you can try at home. And then I've got a little work paper that you can practice on if you want to try that out at home. I have a book and it is called On Safari. Now, this little book, I'm going to read it to you, but I'm also going to send home a link to a website where you can have this book read to you, and then there's a little activity online that goes with it. And you can watch the book on the computer, on a phone, on a tablet. It's really easy to get to. I'm going to send home a little letter. It'll actually just be linked right down below this video in the letter, and you can get to the website so that you can watch this book again if you want to practice your skip counting by twos. Okay, so it's called On Safari, and it is by Lally Harcourt and Rick Wertzman. On Safari. Oh my goodness, I would love to go on safari. Look at all those animals. That would be so fun. Let's go on safari. There are so many animals to see. What do you think they will be? And this girl says, I hope we see elephants. And this girl says, I want to see giraffes. And then this boy says, will we see any hippos? Those would be awesome animals to see. Look over to the left. Do you see one enormous elephant? There are two eyes staring at you. Elephants' trunks can grow to be 2 meters long. It's very long. I think they drag on the ground. What do you see under that tree? Do you see 2 sleepy lions? 2, 4. There are 4 eyes staring at you. Lions sleep about 20 hours a day. That means they're only awake for 4 hours. My goodness. Oh, look quickly now. Do you see 3 striped zebras? 2, 4, 6. There are 6 eyes staring at you. Zebras can walk about 20 minutes after they're born. And each zebra has its own pattern of stripes. Just like we have our own fingerprints, zebras have their own pattern stripes. Okay, now I'm going to keep reading in the story, and if you want to, you can try to skip count along with me. See if you can follow the pattern of how many eyes are looking at you. Look in front of us. Do you see 4 tall giraffes? Do it with me. 2, 4, 6, 8. There are 8 eyes staring at you. Giraffes can be 6 meters tall. That's the height of about 4 children. So if you had 4 of your friends, and you all stood on each other's shoulders, you'd be about the same height as a giraffe. I think a giraffe would still be taller though. Look beside us. Do you see 5 standing ostriches? Can you count with me? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There are 10 eyes staring at you. Ostriches can grow nearly 3 meters tall. Wow. I want to look at the giraffes. Oh, that's about half the size of a giraffe. That's a big bird. And ostriches have a wingspan of about 2 meters. That's really wide. What's in that river? Do you see 6 huge hippos? Can you count them eyes with me? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There are 12 eyes staring at you. Adult hippos eat about 40 kilograms of grass each night. That's almost as much as 2 children weigh. Oh my goodness. I hope they don't eat children. Look over by that tree. Do you see 7 furry baboons? Count the eyes with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There are 14 eyes staring at you. Baboons live in large groups called troops. There can be more than 50 baboons in one troop. Look ahead of us. Do you see 8 thirsty warthogs? Okay, count those eyes with me. I'll get you in a little bit closer. Count the eyes with me. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we gotta come over here. 10, 12, 14, 16. There are 16 eyes staring at you. Some warthog tusks, these things right here, can grow to be 30 centimeters long. It's about as long as a ruler. And warthogs live about 15 years. They live to be teenagers. Look by the river. Do you see 9 sunning crocodiles? Bring that book in a little bit. All right, count them with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. There are 18 eyes staring at you. Nile crocodiles have 60 teeth. If one tooth falls out, a new tooth grows in, even when they're grown-ups. Look over there. Do you see 10 spotted African wild dogs? Count them with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There are 20 eyes staring at you. African wild dogs hunt in packs of 6 to 20 animals. That's a lot of eyes looking for food. African wild dogs can run at speeds of over 50 kilometers an hour. That's how fast our cars go. That's about as fast, oh, it says it right here. That's about as fast as cars travel on streets in your town. The sun will set very soon. Tonight we camp under a full moon. Ooh, those ones rhyme. Soon, moon. We saw so many animals today. How many do you think we saw along the way? Oh my goodness. That is, oh goodness, a lot of animals. And here it says, how many eyes are staring at you? So what I'll do is I'll actually put this in our little pack down below and you can see if you can count up how many eyes there are. Okay, so you can skip count by twos this way, or if we take a look over here, I have some items that I have gathered from my house. Now, I have long hair, so I have a lot of hair ties and clips, but I also like to wear pins. I've got a little cowboy pin there, a little cowboy boot, okay. I've got some buttons, so I've just gathered some items. I didn't count them, I just kind of grabbed them, and I want to see if I can skip count by twos, and I'm going to see if I can figure out how many I have. So just like we did with our book, I'm going to try to skip count by twos over here, okay? So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to spread all my items out. It's kind of hard to count them when they're all jumbled up like this. So I'm going to spread out my items. Now, you can do this same thing, and you can use whatever you've got at your house. Maybe you've got Matchbox cars, maybe you've got Lego pieces. Like I said before, you could count your socks, you could count mittens, you could count your family's eyeballs, find out how many eyes are in your family. Anything you have around the house works. Maybe if you're help setting the table for dinner and you're putting forks out, knives out, spoons out, you can help mom and dad by setting the table, and you can try to skip count by twos. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it and how I'd like you to try. So now I've got all my items laid out. I'm going to count them by ones, okay? So I'm going to count each thing, and I'm going to touch it as I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can get the same number. If I can get to 14, skip counting by twos this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put them in a group of 2. So I'm going to put these ones together, put the stars together. So I'm making them into little groups of 2. I'll put these big pins together, put those ones, put the purple ones. Okay, so now I've got my groups of 2. So now what I'm going to try to do is now I'm going to try to do just like we did in the book. I'm going to try to skip count by twos. So I'm going to point to each group, and I'm going to add 2 each time. Okay, skip counting by 2 is just like you're adding 2 each time. So here I go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I got the same number. So that's something I would like you to try, is to skip count by twos using any kind of items that you have in your house, and then have somebody at your house record you counting by twos and upload it to your Class Dojo portfolio, and then you can send that video to me so that I can see you guys skip counting by twos. Okay, and I just want to show you one last quick little activity. We'll come back over here. How you can practice printing your numbers, and also how you can practice skip counting by twos. So the first thing I'm going to do is, it says fill in the 100 chart below. Okay, so I'm not going to fill the whole thing in right now, but you can do that at home. So I'm going to start filling in my numbers. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you guys can see that I just went to 50. Like I said, you can go all the way to 100 at home, but I just want to be able to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I've gone to 50. Now it says color all the twos yellow. So I have my yellow marker here. If you don't have yellow, you can use a different color. Just try not to use anything too dark because you won't be able to see the numbers through it. So now what I'm going to do, when it says color the twos yellow, it doesn't just mean the numbers that have 2, because then that would be skip counting by tens, right? If you went 2, 12, 22, 32, 42, 52, that's skip counting by tens. I want you to color in yellow all the numbers that you would say if you were skip counting by twos, okay? So I would start with 2. 2. Now I add 2 more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Do you see a pattern starting? Look. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now the next one is 12. So it's got a 2 in it. The next one is 14, which is 10 and 4 more. Here I said 6, here I said 16. 16 is 10 and 6 more. So I bet you'll find a pattern when you do this activity, okay? So you can also take a look at, I will link in our little videos section, I will link to a couple of really good skip counting videos if you want to practice that on YouTube. There's a really funny one from Scratch Garden. Remember, they fly up through space and there's watermelon astronauts and a cow is an astronaut for some reason. So I will link that as well so you guys can find that on YouTube. Yeah, and make sure you send me a video of you skip counting by twos. I want to hear it, okay? And I will be back next time with another math lesson. Thanks, guys. Bye.